like when I was in community college, before I went to UTC, I went to Chattanooga State, and they had a psychology club. And the psychology club, once you were in it, you had to have certain grades to be in it. And Jane Goodall came to town. And if you wanted to see Jane Goodall, they would pay for your tickets. So I had asked my former father-in-law, the pastor, who had also gotten his PhD in psychology. He had inspired me to take. I went to school for journalism and writing. I wanted to be a journalist. I wanted to be a columnist. I wanted to be a novelist. And I went to school for that first. And then after I moved back from California, I started all over and started psychology. And so I asked him if he wanted to go with me, and he did. And I did not even think about how Christians around here would try to force their beliefs on us going to see Jane Goodall, this public figure who had done tons of research. But because evolution and the theory of evolution goes against what the Bible says, they showed up and they protested, and they were telling everyone that went in to hear, whether they believed in what she said or not, the fact that she was talking about evolution, they were telling us all that we were going to hell, even by stepping in the Tivoli Theater to hear her speak or be in her presence. And I was like, what? I never ever had. Now I have. I was being part of the smear campaign, and having so-called Christians who are supposed to do what Jesus would do hate on me and do horrible things. But it helped me elevate, because I needed that. It woke me up. The things that were meant to bury me have elevated me in a way that I never thought possible, and I thank them so much for that. But at this point in my life, I was probably 21, had never ever thought that was a possibility. By going to see Jane Goodall, that I would be told that I was going to hell, and that they would be screaming at people, everyone that walked in. And I was like, what? I thought Jesus would inspire people to be loving, and but no, if you don't believe what they believe around here, you're going to hell. And they will go way out of their way, some people, not all of them, to scream at you even, and to tell you that you're a horrible person because you don't believe exactly what they believe. That is how rooted they are in their belief system, and that nothing else can exist. And if it does, you are a horrible person for even thinking about it, much less adhering to it or living your life that way. So, that taught me, this is what made me want to look for the Christians' take on it immediately, because I was like, oh my goodness, if they don't like me, I know they're not going to like him saying this, because I've been saying this before I read his book, even though his book probably came out before I made some of these videos. Not all of them, but a lot of them. And I was like, I know that they're thinking that he's going to hell. Without saying that, though, this guy